I'm a congenital amputee. I was born without my hand. I haven't ever had a hand, but I've worn a myoelectric prosthetic for a very long time. My mom had seen a TV show talking about the first place in the US fitting children with upper limb prosthetics, and she goes, I can get her an arm immediately. She was like, we need to get her an arm. So from the very beginning, my mom was a huge prosthetics advocate. So I got fit with my first prosthesis passive at 6 weeks old, and my first myoelectric at 4 months, 10 days. So I've just grown up wearing an arm, and my arm's always just been a part of me. I really feel like my arm is something that helps me every day and has made everything easier, so I'm glad that she got me fit so early. If I saw somebody looking at me as a kid, I'd be like, do you want to know what happened? Like, I was born without my arm, and like, I wear a prosthesis, and I would immediately tell them. So like, I love talking to people, I love speaking. I was probably around 10 or 11 when I started doing like community theater, and I went through high school. I had an acting class or two that I took while doing plays, and then I got to college, and that's when I started doing extra work or background work. I did a movie called Green Lantern. Recently I did a movie called When the Game Stands Tall. I got to work on the set of Mockingjay Part 1, which filmed in Atlanta. I'm a huge Hunger Games fan, so when I found out they were using amputees, I was immediately like, I need to be on this. Today I'm working with a sparring partner. We're working on Krav Maga, which is an Israeli form of self-defense. I'm working on it because it's going to aid me in doing stunts later on, and also it's a good form of self-defense.
We are in the lab today. We're working with a new hand system. It's a multi-articulating hand for a female, which is one of the first of its kind. And we're working with Angel to fit a new prosthesis. So what do you think, Angel? What is this? How does this look to you?
I love the hand. It reminds me of like a stormtrooper hand from Star Wars or from iRobot. It looks so cool and high tech.
Very neat. So we have an old hand. This is actually your hand, right?
Right.
So let's just see. So in terms of sizing, I think we're getting
definitely closer.
Very nice.
It's funny because I posted on Facebook the other day that I was driving here the 6 hours to come to my prosthetist, and someone said, oh, is that just the only place that your insurance company will cover? And I said, no, I go here because there is upper limb specialists. They're the only people that I feel comfortable working with after having a lot of experience with other prosthetic offices.
Yeah. Okay. And an exterior fiberglass with black resin.
When you want the best is not always in your backyard. And a lot of amputees and new amputees don't realize that.
So this is the thumb unopposed. So if you look up here, you're unopposed and see where it
I got to sit down with an occupational therapist from the beginning and work through everything with how to do it and how to use it and how I would accomplish things in my everyday life. And it was like when I got home, I said, oh, we talked about this. I know how to do this. I know how to work on this. I can't imagine getting a new arm without having somebody to help me now. I went to the gym and I started doing all these classes. I was doing cycling and yoga and kickboxing and weightlifting. I have my arm that I can wear, and then I have my attachments that I can just pop on and off that are really easy for me. I can switch attachments in the middle of class. I have an attachment called a dragon. If I decide that my dragon works better for this or my mushroom works better for this, I'm gonna switch. I'm just gonna, pop it right on and off. There's so many things that could happen when you're working out one side and not working out the other. Your body isn't meant to do that. Getting my activity arm and actually being able to see that my shoulder is now gaining muscle and my biceps now gaining muscle is really cool for me, and that I can work on my symmetry and, have this appearance as well as be healthy and not be worried about my body having any issues in the future down the road. When I was little, I didn't really have a choice. Everybody immediately went for, you go for the flesh tones, you wear the fleshy colored glove. And the idea was, we didn't want people to know that we had one hand. But it was kind of like, we didn't want them to know because having one hand was bad. And it kind of became like, why is it bad? Why I like to celebrate like the technology look and the cool cyborg look is because I don't care that people know I have one hand. You can know all day that I have one hand and I get to wear this really cool arm. It's not that important to look like everyone else. Honestly, being different is awesome. Being different's the whole point of it. We're all unique, and why not showcase it?